Before we start, just thought I'd show you before and after.
Modification I'm doing. This fuse panel, this is obviously the back of it, had a one piece of metal all the way down there to the main connection at the bottom. So that meant that my live supplies, switched and unswitched live supplies, would all feed these fuses, and I would have to join them together, which means that my unswitched would become switched and my switch would become unswitched. Well, not really, because everything then would be hot, and that's not the way I wanted to leave it. I want to try and keep the circuit separate so that the unswitched remain unswitched. But I still needed to get a live supply to both sides of this. Well, that piece of metal that was down the middle, I cut it in half, ground it down, drilled 2 new holes here, and as you can see, I've got JB Weld on there holding this in position because it needs to be held, and I couldn't use metal screws through the middle because then I would create the short, and that isn't what I want. We've had enough shorts for one day. Ignore the blue tape there. I've just put in this bar at the top, which is possibly going to be utilized at some point as a ground bar, but I doubt it. So I've just put that in there. I needed these little pieces of metal, so I just cut the bottom off of this bar, and I've used it there. The red wire, this now will light up any good fuses on this side. I would have liked to have done it on both sides, but I can't. It's on a PCB, and if I took another wire from there to there, I will have then bridged the switched and non-switched, which is not what I want to do. So I've got to decide on this little panel. Hang on. You can see there are little lights in the middle, and so all the ones on the left-hand side will light up, and the ones on the right will never light up. What do I do? Do I do the switched or unswitched on the left, or do I put them on the right? I don't know yet. I haven't decided. There's a lot of green wires, and to be honest, I don't know if they're the switched or the unswitched at the moment. I think they're the switched, and therefore they're logically going to probably be the ones I will bring in down here. Okay, that's enough on this. I'll come back to it when I've put it all back together and got it ready for installation. Well, there it was, 1 o'clock at night, 1:30. I'm still lying there. I went to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm still lying there. The wife's left me. I snore. So she's left me and gone into the front room. The dogs stay with me. I just wish they wouldn't fart. I'm thinking about this wiring. Yeah, I'm still going to strip it open there. I've still got to do that. But I'm thinking, why do I need to put a wire back in? I can't think that I do. I mean, it's only a ground wire. Not a very good one. And the thing it's shorted out on, I'm not putting back in. I'm going to give it more thought, probably at 1 o'clock tonight, and see if I can decide whether or not I need to put that bloody burnt out wire back in. I really don't think I do. 'Cause should I need a ground for any particular reason, the whole car's one. The whole bloody body is a ground, and all I got to do is drill and tap or find a local nut or bolt and clean it up and connect. So I think, and if someone out there knows better, please tell me, but I think I don't need that ground wire. I've still got the braided one that goes here in the harness. Where is it? Oh, it's over there, sort of out of reach there. But I don't need this burnt one anymore. And they're joined together, so I can just chop it off and throw it in the trash. What do you think? Yeah? What do you think, guys? Ooh. And whilst we're looking at this, remember I purchased a isolating switch for the battery. I think it will. Hope this is not too dark in here. Now let me try and get you to look upwards. I think it can go here somewhere. Now look, there's a nice little hole there with like a flat edge on it. I got a feeling that's probably not the clock. Ooh, would it be the clock that side? No, the clock's the other side. To adjust the clock. It may be for the tripometer or whatever you want to call it. That actually bolts through there, because you do have to push it and twist it to make the adjustment. But that doesn't mean I can't make a bracket up somehow under here to house. Can you see what I'm prattling on about? Yeah, I think you can. So yeah, I mean a bracket underneath here somewhere. I don't know. I got to figure it out, because obviously I want something quite strong. I do have a perfect hole for. Hey, careful. For the cable to come through from the battery side, and if I can get the camera to focus, see there, that is the ground for the car. So I can bring the cable in here. Therefore, all you will see when you lift up the bonnet is one cable coming from the inside here and going through and connecting to the battery. So you won't even know there is an isolation switch. I like the idea of that. Sorry about the dazzling there. It's the old sunlight. I'll tell you what, it's got bloody cold here in Arizona too. Because we don't have clouds overnight, the temperature plummets. As Monty Python said, not the way the sheep in the tree do not so much fly as plummet. Don't you love Python? Okay, oh, and I've got to get some, sorry, this is another digression. You know, in these doors, they have those little pins, you know, that hold the handle to stop it from coming off. I've lost about 4 of them. Anyone out there got 4 of those little pins they don't want? I'll pay, promise. Yeah, well, maybe we can trade. Maybe I've got something you want. Who knows? All right, that's enough prattling on this particular part. Let's get on and finish the fuse box. Decide what I'm going to do about this isolation switch. Decide how to get rid of that black wire, and then put everything back together. Oh, God. Yeah, nearly there. Just got to connect up now all these green wires. I've got to get the white wire to the bottom, this side, and the brown wire to the bottom, this side. I don't know about the fuse ratings yet. That's something I do have to sort out. Got the relay connected. I've got a feeling the cover might have an issue with these wires here, so I may have to modify the cover. Wow, I've got to modify something. What a fucking surprise. And then I got to get all the green circuits connected, and then decide what kind of fuses. 5, 10, 15, 20. Can't think any circuit will be more than 20. In fact, most of them probably be around 10 and 5. But we will see. As I've mentioned previously, I'm not mentioning... Try that one again, Gary. I am not using the neutral connection at the top there, but if it's needed, I think I'll probably liven it up by taking a wire to maybe to that bracket over there, just so that that is there if it's needed in the future. Not my future. Yeah. Right, let's get the rest of those connections on, make it look as neat and tidy as I can, fit the cover on, then modify the fuse box cover, because I sure as hell know that's not going to fit. There it is, the new fuse box in place. At the top there you will see there is 5 holes, or 5 empty screw slots. That's because those screws are the same size as the screws that fit the connections I have made. That tells you how many times I've dropped bloody screws, so I stole them from there. Now I will have to get under the car and pick up all the screws. Yeah, it's interesting. I think I've got it right. I will find out, of course, and then I will sort out the fuses, etc. Let's put the cover on, if it'll fit. And there it is. Doesn't that look pretty? Yeah, I think that looks pretty fucking good. I hope you do too. Now, my next problem is fitting the fuse box cover over that. I think I'm going to have to modify it in quite a large way. But hey, God do what God do, and then I'll have to repowder coat it. There's no point in me trying to fit it. I know it won't fit, because that fuse block is now right in the way. And there it is. Finished. With the cover on. I think it looks pretty good, actually. Surprisingly. Had to do a little modification on this shield down at the bottom because it was going to rub against the wires, and we don't want any more fires, do we? So there it is. Next is to do the connections in the washer pump there, and then get back to pulling the harness this way to strip it off. Not sure if I've mentioned this earlier, but I don't think I need that wire, so I might just chop it off. I will give that one some thought before I do that. Just means I won't replace it. Alright, I just thought I'd show you this as I mentioned it. These are the connections that I need to make here. The black goes on there. Oh, sorry, this is not... I don't know which one goes where now. I'd figure that out. And then this black here will go down here. And I have modified the connector so that I can just slip it in without having to take the whole bloody thing apart. Yes, I'm going to guess that black and green, let me see, is there any indication? No, I better check. I could get it wrong and then the pump will be going backwards. Oh, sorry about that. Got to forgive me, folk. God, fucking hell. I tell you what, this car has given me so many challenges. And no, I'm not complaining about it. It's just, wow. All right, very short video. I didn't anticipate pushing this out, but I'm going to. So get out in the garage, go do some shit. I got so much shit to do, it's not believable.